Hello, my name is Aizan Norhafizie bin Alham, and I'm from class 3C, and my ID number is 2402099.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NAZMIE MUHAMAD NASIR. My ID number MDB 2402010.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Raja Muhammad FAHMI bin Raja IDRIS. I'm from 3C. My ID number is MDB 2402067.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Faris NUQMAN bin AZIZAN. I'm from class TBS 3C and my ID number is MDB 2402020.
What is inflation? Inflation is a general increase in the price level of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. This means that the purchasing power of money decreases. Think of it like this. If a loaf of bread cost 1 ringgit last year and costs 1 ringgit 10 cents this year, that's inflation. Now, let's take a look at the two main types of inflation. First, we have demand pull inflation. This occurs when there's more money chasing fewer goods. Imagine everyone suddenly wants to buy more TVs than are available. This increased demand pushes up the price of TVs. This can happen due to the increase in consumer spending, government spending, or even increased exports. In simpler terms, strong demand outpaces supply, leading to higher prices. And now, next we have cost push inflation. This happens when the cost of producing goods and services goes up. For example, if the price of wheat increases significantly, the price of bread will likely to increase too, because it costs more to make. This can be caused by rising wages, increased raw material prices, or supply chain disruptions. Essentially, higher production costs are passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. According to the cited article, there is an increased price for raw materials, energy, and transportation directly impact production costs. For example, a sharp increase in diesel prices like we saw in Malaysia in Q3 2024 up to 20.1% significantly affects transportation costs for businesses, which are then passed on to consumers. We also see this in specific sectors. In Malaysia, while overall inflation has been relatively moderate, some sectors like vehicle insurance shows higher inflation rates. This uneven distribution of price increases suggests cost pressures are affecting certain sectors more than the others. The recent data from this article shows examples of cost push inflation. The April 2025 CPI shows increases in sectors like personal care, social protection, education, and housing. These increases are much likely driven by the combination of factors including rising input costs and potentially increased labor costs in these sectors, in which businesses responded with increasing prices to adapt to new changes. While demand pull might play a minor role in this situation, the evidence suggests cost push is more significant impact of current inflationary pressures. The graph presents the CPI from 2022 to 2025. Following the peak in 2022, we observed a gradual decline in the CPI throughout 2023. This suggests that the inflationary pressures are eased somewhat during this period. Several factors contributed to this moderation, including easy supply chain issues and government interventions. However, the graph also shows a slight uptick in the CPI in 2024 and further increase projected for 2025. This recent increase is likely influenced by several factors, including the government's adjustment to fuel subsidies and ongoing impact of global economic uncertainty. While the rise is less dramatic than in 2022, it still indicates continuing inflationary pressures.
So, for question 2, how does the government get price data of consumer price index to measure inflation? So, first is regular price monitoring. Price of a fixed basket of goods and services are collected monthly from various outlets nationwide, including supermarket, market, online platform, and service provider. Number 2, a basket of goods and service. The basket reflects household consumption, covering essentials such as food, transportation, utilities, healthcare, and education. recent data from the article in Q3 2024, CPI remains stable at 1.9%, with certain items like diesel showing a significant price increase 201%, while broader categories like food and beverage saw moderate inflation. These figures are based on price data collection done nationwide to measure the average change in price over time. Last is role of central bank BNM. While those collect the raw price data, Bank Negara Malaysia BNM use the CPI to monitor inflation trend and implement policy response accordingly. Thank you.
Reduce purchasing power. First, inflation reduce our purchasing power. This means we cannot buy as many things as before. Price of goods and service go up. For example, diesel price in Malaysia increased by 20.1%. When fuel price go up, transport costs also increase. This can make food and other daily items more expensive. Second, increase cost of living. Second, inflation increase the cost of living. Basic needs like food, fuel and other goods become more costly. Even with a government help, some group still feel the pressure. People working in delivery or logistics may struggle more. When transport costs go up, price in shop also rise. 3. Pressure on lower income household. Third, inflation put pressure on lower income group. They spend more of their income on basic needs like food and fuel. When price go up, they feel it the most. The government has the policy like target subsidy to help them. But if price keep rising, this group will still face problem. Number 4, impact on standard living. Inflation affect our standard of living. If price go up but wages stay the same, life become harder. We cannot buy as much as before. But the government has introduced the minimum wage policy under budget 2025. This is to help increase income and reduce the bad effect of inflation.
Question 4. Misreporting data, explain the policy measure the government agency or non-government organization (NGO) that could be effective in controlling rising inflation in Malaysia. Based on the article, the Malaysia government has outlined several policy measures to control inflation as highlighted in the article. Number 1, targeted fuel subsidies. From 95 fuel subsidies will be restricted to benefit only those who need it, preventing wasteful spending and reducing fiscal pressure. It's effective implementation of the diesel subsidy rationalization in June 2024, so limited spillover to broader price due to strong enforcement. Number 2, expanded sales and service tax (SST). The expansion of SST under budget 2025 increased government revenue while carefully managing inflation risks. BNM project inflation for 2025 to be within 2.0% to 3.5%, partly due to this policy adjustment. That's all from me. 4. Inflation monitoring and enforcement. The government enforce price control mechanism to prevent excessive price hikes, especially after subsidy reforms. In question 3, 2024, food and beverage inflation moderate to 1.6%, showing the effectiveness of these controls. Number 5, mitigation of external risks. BNM monitors global risks like supply chain disruption or commodity price spikes, adjusting policy as needed.